Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. It's good to be with you today. Here, another week is ending. It's been a beautiful week here in Springs. I hope it has where you come from. Weather's been wonderful, and it's just a real blessing to experience that. And I spent this week sharing with you about this little priestly blessing from the book of Numbers. I want to finish it up today. I want to talk about the last verse. And the last verse is sort of the summary of the whole thing. It's the little golden nugget that you finally get to. It's the issue that supersedes all the others. Because this is a blessing that God gives to Moses and Aaron and to his sons to give to the people of Israel and to share with those of us who call ourselves Christians. So let me share it. I'll read the whole thing one final time, and then I'll get to the last verse. Numbers chapter 6. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. You see, all of these things that are mentioned in the first couple verses come down to the very last part and give you peace. What is peace? Peace is the absence of anxiety. It's the absence of worry. It's a state of being, a state of mind that knows that whatever happens, it's okay. That whatever comes along, it's okay. Now, I think most people don't live in this state. Oh, they might from time to time. They might from moment to moment. But they don't live a life full of peace. But yet, that's exactly what God is saying he wants to give us. Now think about your situation. I'll think about mine. There are moments when I'm totally convinced God is in charge. And in those moments, I can overcome anything. But then there are moments when I wonder. I've been in some of those times, and I've prayed a very simple prayer. God, help me, please. Because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know any place to turn, and I didn't have any answers. Now, I can tell you that God honored that, and He did help me. But at that moment, I wish I'd have had a little more faith to trust Him that I hadn't done before. And so God is saying here, He wants a relationship with you and me that's so close, that's so intimate, that's so complete. Whatever happens to us in this world, we'll have peace about it. I remember one time in Honduras when I took a medical dental group down, and sometimes you get in rural Honduras and you get lost. And you learn very quickly that if you get lost, the thing you do is you stop and you just sit there, and whoever else is with you, let them find you. So we got separated from the other truck, didn't know what happened to it, and it took a while. We finally came up alongside the truck, and it was parked on the side of the road, and it had broken down. And we couldn't get it started. But what I remember is one of the dentists, he was a strange fellow. I guess we all had to have been strange to have wanted to do that. But this dentist was sitting on the top of the truck reading a book. And as we drove up, he looked at me, he said, I knew you'd come and figure this out, so I've just whipped out my book and decided to spend my time reading. I said, well, weren't you concerned about it? Nah. He said, I knew you'd come along and figure it out. Well, as it turned out, I came along, and I didn't, but the other guys with me figured it out. And that's the attitude we need to have with God. When something happens, we just stop and say, I think I'll sit down with my book and just relax, because God's going to get this. You see, there's nothing that happens that surprises God. There's absolutely nothing that's going to happen in your life that God isn't already prepared to deal with. Now, I know some really big things may come up, and they may look insurmountable. But this blessing that I've shared all week is rooted in the final key, the final notion. Let me read it again. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. You hear that? All this other stuff, all these other moments are designed to give you peace. Now, how do you find it if you don't know what it is? Well, it's easy to say you just trust God, but I'm not too much into pious platitudes that sound great but are practically worthless. How do you find peace with God? Well, first off, you relax. As they say in the movies, take a deep breath. And then think about who God is, what he is, how he works. Don't think about your problem. Heck, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be there when you're done. But think about God. And as you focus more and more and more on the Lord himself, the anxiety of the problem gets less and less. When we're little kids and we get hurt, we go up to mommy and we ask her to kiss it and make it better. And she kisses it and it gets better. Or at least for some of us, that's what happened. It really got better. Or you get a hug and you say, hey, it's going to be okay. And it is okay. And the same is true with God. So focus on him, not on your issue, and see what happens. Well, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday, and we'll share some more encouraging words from somewhere in the Bible. God bless you. Talk to you again.